My name is Fidelis. For all the new subscribers, welcome and thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you. If you're new today, you'll find a lot of mind enlightening content in my channel. So feel free to browse through my other videos, like them, share them, subscribe. So today I realized that no matter how well dressed I am, I still feel incomplete. And I couldn't quite figure it out until I sat down here and I'm watching myself, speak. I was like, wait, I don't have a ring. And then I asked myself, so where are my rings? I apparently put them in a box. I see myself putting them in a little box because I was trying to lift other boxes because I didn't want to damage them. And I really can't remember what box it was in. So I've been trying to unpack a lot of things to figure out what box it's in. Anyway, I'm unpacking because my container arrived. Yes, it did. I'm so excited. Literally everything that I would have wanted to have in my life so far came through with the container. So I finally feel very much at home here in Kenya. So I'll post a video about my experience shipping a whole container from USA to Kenya. Guys, it's not easy. So last night, my mother-in-law and I was talking, and we're like chat, 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 and then suddenly we realized that the show that was on TV had already changed to the announcement of the obituaries. And I was like, oh my God, this is like a really happy time for many of us, but there's still that percentage that's still going through things like grieving. But then there's also another very big percentage that's walking around as if they're dead. And they're doing this because of a heartbreak. So today I want to talk about how to let go of the past. To be honest, for me, this is how I've always done it. If something or someone leaves a bad memory in my head and starts bothering me to the point that I feel like my heart is getting affected, I usually just give a very nice conclusion to whatever issue that was. Actually, let me give you a real life example of how I let go of the past. When I relocated here, my cousin invited me for like a girls' night out, and we went to this local club. Okay, so local club meant I was going to meet locals, and that's the place where I grew up. So chances are they know me. Okay, and so I mean, it was nice, it was fun, we were dancing, and then at the table where we were sitting, a friend of my cousin joined us, and this friend kept looking at me and saying, "Oh, Moihaki," and I'm like, "Yes." And then he wouldn't say anything else, and then, "Oh, Moihaki," and then I'm like, "Yes." He wouldn't say anything. And then eventually he said, "Moihaki, did you ever date so and so?" And I'm thinking, "Who?" And he goes, "Yeah, so and so." Then I'm thinking, "Where? From who is that? Like from where?" And he goes, "He used to go to the same church and he used to school at this school." And I was like, oh my God, like that dude still exists. Like that guy I deleted in my head. This is how I did it. So this guy wanted to sleep with me. I was in high school. And I said, no, I'm not ready for that. And he's like, well, if you don't, I'm gonna make your life a living hell. And I was like, you know what? Go for it. Do it. I don't care. I don't care. And that was it. And I took his name, his personality, his stories, everything in the past, and I put them in a little box in my mind that said, forgotten, forgotten. And the conclusion I gave that story was, I was probably wearing too heavy a crown for him to carry. And that was the conclusion. I put in that box. And in the box, I put another box. And I put it in the back, back. So fast forward probably like 16 years later, someone brings up their name, it still doesn't ring a bell. Brings up where they're from, it still doesn't ring a bell. Brings up church association, still doesn't ring a bell. Brings out the high school the person went to, and I was like, yeah, I only knew one person, and that one person, yeah, that's actually his name. And so now my cousin's friends looking at me like, oh, how dare you pretend you don't know him? I just looked at him and I was like, you know what? That's from 16 years ago. I have moved on. Why should I keep record of such things? You know? And I mean, honestly, I never went back to that place because I realized if I want to really let go of the past, one, don't associate yourself with things that will bring up the past that you are looking to move away from. So if you are dating someone and you used to attend certain places together, once you break up, it is best to avoid those places. Because in as much as the person is not there, everybody else will keep reminding you of that person. And unless you have completely moved on, when it's in the process of healing your heart, it is not the right thing to do. It's like trying to put a nice bandage on a wound and then every few minutes just picking scissors and just cutting through it and be like, oh, ouch, ouch, it really hurts, then putting the scissors away. Because you attending all these things is just hurting you even more. And you already hurt, so you're really torturing yourself, and it's not worth it. So wait until you're healed to go back to the places you used to go if you really enjoyed them that much. Another way to let go of your past, first of all, is to accept it. Accept that it happened. Accept that this person ghosted you. Accept that this person cheated on you. Accept that this person lied to you. Accept that this person did not love you, because if they loved you, they wouldn't have done those things to you. Many times I speak to someone and they're like, oh, I can't believe my ex. And I'm like, wait, what do you mean you can't believe? Believe it. The sooner you believe it and accept it as reality, then it will even be easier for you to be like, you know what? He cheated on me. Okay. So that makes him a cheat. Yes, he's actually a cheat. That means he could probably do it again. Yes. And if I forgive him, that piece of him that cheated on me will feel that it's okay to do it again because the last time he did it, it got forgiven. So in the long run, I am going to suffer from this because I could get sick. So it's not worth. See, you heal because you've already concluded that that's not good for you. But if you don't accept that they did it, a piece of you is always hoping and praying that things go back to the way they used to be. And unless you want to keep repeating the same pattern, a wise person accepts and moves on. Because now you know what your boundary is when it comes to that. And if anybody else crosses that boundary, then they really don't respect you. And if someone doesn't respect you, it means they don't love you. Another way to let go of your past is avoid triggers. What are triggers? Triggers are things that evoke you from within yourself to act in a certain way without you really thinking about it. A real life example, when I broke up with my ex, there was a couple of shows that we were in the process of watching, and we only watched those shows together, and we only watched those shows after dinner. So when we broke up, I could not get myself to continue watching these shows because every time I had watched these shows was with this man, and I was trying to put this man in my past. I was trying to let go of the past. So that meant forget about that. And now that I'm saying that, I'm probably going to go on Netflix and check them out because I feel I've healed, I've moved on. They were pretty good shows. When I broke up with my ex, I remember there was a couple of things he bought for me, and I put everything that everything that he had bought me that was in the house, I put them in one box and I zipped it up. I knew that stuff was mine. I wasn't going to be like, oh, take your shit. No, you gave it to me, so it's mine. And I like cute stuff anyway. But it wasn't until later, when I had healed, that I had the courage to be like, yeah, now I can put on this necklace. Oh, now I can put on this. I feel beautiful. I feel loved. I feel centered. I feel that I've moved on from that relationship. But if I had continued to do that, that meant every few minutes I would see the necklace and be like, oh, I miss him, or oh, I wish we were together. But I didn't want to keep thinking about it because whatever you think about, you're going to attract. And I had already done all my calculations mentally, and I had decided like it was time for me to move on. This relationship was not serving me at all. Another way of letting go of the past is keep yourself busy. Keep yourself busy consciously. That means start participating in things that you actually enjoy. If it means watching a show, do it. If it means going for a bike ride, do it. An empty mind is the devil's workshop. And when you're idle, when you're not engaged in anything, your mind will automatically bring you back to the recent past that, oh my god, you are not dating. And that's a really bad feeling. And because you accepted that you're not dating, you separated with this person, and you realize that this person was not the person for you, then that means you need to be more in control of what your mind is telling you. Because most people get themselves trapped in their mind, always replaying scenes like, maybe when he said this, I should have said that, or maybe when she did this, I should have done that, maybe the outcome would have been different. Well, guess what? It was meant to happen exactly the way it happened, and only for your goodness. So keep moving on to find that goodness, because it's on its way to you, but it's not going to find you if you're still stuck on the past. So you have to let go of that past. Another, and this is my favorite part of it actually, of letting go of the past, is finding ways to fill in the gaps that this person played in your life. Okay, so an example is, if this person used to help you with gardening, find yourself someone that you can hire that can do that. I know for me, I can say for me, what I really miss the most from my ex once we separated was getting massages. I really love getting massages. Yay! With my ex, after we broke up, after like 2-3 weeks, I was like, oh, you know what? I miss getting a massage. And immediately, and it was like an immediate answer. If you need a massage, then go to a professional masseuse. So I actually, that was my first time going to get a professional massage, and my god, and I was like, whoa, maybe this is why we broke up, so I could find myself a professional masseuse, because the massages at the massage parlors are out of this world. And in the process of letting go of the past, put yourself out there, try and move on. And honestly, most people have a hard time moving on because they actually haven't let go of their past. They haven't let go of their ex. I say let it go. Why? Why should you let it go that fast? Most people who have succeeded in a lot of things have mastered the art of letting go. It's realizing that, okay, this has happened. It's now in my past. I cannot change the past. And because I cannot change the past, then I have to make peace with the past. That means I have to forgive whoever broke my heart, and I have to forgive myself, that piece of me that allowed myself to get heartbroken. Because red flags are usually there. We're just really good at ignoring them. An example for me, I remember with my ex, I would travel to Kenya and then travel back. And when I'd come back, I would find like the soaps in the bathroom, all the ones that belonged to me are suddenly inside a cabinet. The pictures that were in the house that included me were like somewhere behind the couch. And I'd be like, wow, this asshole. He obviously brought someone here. He obviously forgot to return the apartment to how it was prior. And then I'd ask him, listen, so did anyone come here? No. Like, okay. Because like my soaps, it's like I don't exist. From the kitchen, the bathroom, and the living room, I don't exist. And then he'd come up with some BS story, and I'd be like, okay. But in reality, those were red flags. Okay, let me ask you a question. In 2021, would you allow a stranger to come and spend a night at your house with you, your kids, your mom, your dad, whoever it is you live with? Would you allow a stranger to come and spend the night? Chances are high that your answer is no, because you're cautious. Because chances are high they would probably steal from you, and you would rather not. Then why do you accept bad thoughts from your past to come and reside in your mind in the current reality that we are in, robbing you of your happiness, robbing you of your peace while actually stealing you from the reality that we are in. You're unable to enjoy the present moment because your mind has you stuck in a past relationship and wondering how this could have been done any other way. The truth is, it happened the way it happened because it had to happen that way. And eventually you'll come to realize why. But the sooner you move on, the sooner you are the sooner you access the next positive, the sooner you meet the next person, the sooner you meet your soulmate. But if you're still holding on to the fact that there's a possibility that it could have worked, but it's all in your past, and maybe the other person has moved on. Actually, the best revenge you can give your ex is moving on. It's telling them that, yes, my ego is strong enough to withstand this. I don't rely on you. I am good just by myself. And if you cannot provide me peace of mind, love, then you really have no space in my mind. Then you really have no space in my life. And so I'm choosing to move on in the search of the person that will give me peace of mind and love me like I deserve to be loved. Well, the truth is, the door which those bad thoughts comes through to your mind, the key, only you can close that door. And as I showed you, personally, I put it under a box named forgotten, and it's gone. Gone. And it's not until someone else comes and talks to me about that specific issue, specific thing, with great detail, with the memory of it come back through that door. So I hope this is helpful. I hope that you meet the person of your dreams. And I hope that this allows you to move on. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share if you like the content. Also, please comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you'd like to hear more about. Thank you.